Thanks for joining us today. We genuinely appreciate you carving out some valuable time in your busy schedule to connect with us this afternoon. We're going to skip all the usual pleasantries and jump straight into the core strategies that can seriously level up your content game starting right this moment. Likely, you are here because you either host webinars regularly or you are deeply passionate about squeezing maximum value from every single long-form piece of content you create. I completely get that sentiment because content repurposing is something we are absolutely obsessed with achieving for all our clients and partners globally. We consistently witness teams completely burn themselves out pouring intense effort, blood, sweat, and countless late-night coffees into preparing just one webinar every single month. The moment it finally wraps up, everyone lets out this huge collective sigh of relief thinking, "Wow, thank goodness that massive project is finally completely over with." But honestly, stopping right there after all that hard work is truly one of the biggest missed opportunities for content marketing success you could possibly make. Let me be incredibly direct. A single webinar, when you treat it properly, can morph into an absolute content machine that feeds your blog, social feeds, newsletters, and sales outreach for weeks on end. However, most organizations consistently miss two absolutely crucial elements in their post-webinar strategy that hold back their growth potential significantly. The first is that they simply do not make the recording replay easy enough for interested parties to find and access quickly after the event concludes. The second major oversight is not having a repeatable, documented process in place to efficiently extract all the bite-sized, shareable content segments. So today, I genuinely want to walk everyone through a workflow that is proven to actually work, showcasing how tools can make this entire process surprisingly painless. And I mean that sincerely. Let us start with the absolute first thing. Making sure your replays are prioritized because they actually matter a tremendous amount to your overall reach. We ran the complete data across dozens of different webinars and discovered a huge chunk, nearly half of the total audience actually watches the replay instead of attending the live session. This means if you are not hosting that replay somewhere easily accessible, you are quite literally leaving half of your potential viewership completely on the table for no good reason. Go ahead and upload it to platforms like YouTube, embed it prominently on your main website, and critically optimize that title and the accompanying description thoroughly. Make sure you add helpful time-stamped chapters to guide viewers through the content, and certainly remember to send the recording link in that crucial follow-up email. That initial follow-up email is your prime opportunity where you can start teasing out intriguing clips and gently pull people back toward the main content later on. But frankly, relying on the replay alone will never be quite enough to maximize the return on your content investment. Trust me on this one. If you spent an entire afternoon meticulously prepping all those complex slides, a whole week coordinating with your guests, and then another week promoting the event, just posting the recording once feels incredibly lazy. The true hidden goldmine is absolutely found within the smaller slices, those short, punchy clips, great quote cards, detailed blog posts, newsletter snippets, and even ad creatives. And the best part is you can get all of this valuable content without spending days upon days on manual transcription and the subsequent editing cycles. The old school method, which is the absolute pain in the neck way we all remember, looks something like this for every single asset. Someone, usually that poor dedicated content intern, has to re-watch the entire webinar, manually timestamp interesting moments, and transcribe bits separately. Then they open an editing application, manually fiddle with those precise subtitles, resize the video for TikTok, edit a 30-second clip, export it, and then they have to repeat the entire tedious cycle. You end up with a massive disorganized pile of semi-decent assets and, unfortunately, a completely burnt-out team that is totally drained of creative energy. After that, people started trying to cobble together different AI tools, like using one for transcripts, another for editing, and a third for general rewrites. And it helped, but it felt kludgy. ChatGPT is certainly amazing for generating initial ideas and outlines. But if you feed it a raw transcript and ask it to write a whole article, the result often sounds like a well-meaning robot, very generic and textbooky. It frequently misses that crucial personality and those little memorable anecdotes that actually resonate with people and sell your core message effectively. This is where we introduce a much smarter, more integrated approach. Treat the initial transcript as your core indexing and search layer for everything that follows. What you really want is a fully searchable transcript that is accurately timestamped, allowing you to query specific moments or topics instantly. Then, use AI not to write everything from scratch, but specifically to summarize, intelligently highlight, and point you toward the exact moments that truly matter most to your audience. This is precisely where a tool like Vizard fundamentally changes the entire game by automatically transcribing, indexing, finding highlights, and suggesting what will perform best as viral clips. That capability alone is absolutely massive because it completely removes all the guesswork and the tedious manual analysis from the entire repurposing process. What this streamlined process looks like in real-world practice is running your webinar and letting the system auto-transcribe and index everything within minutes. You will immediately receive a neat, organized list of highlights, things like hooks, key anecdotes, important numbers, and emotional beats, all mapped precisely to their original timestamps. The system then automatically proposes 4 to 6 specific clip ideas that are optimized for maximum potential virality, covering hooks, personal stories, surprising statistics, or a great punchline. You can quickly preview those suggested clips right there, easily tweak the subtitles if a word is slightly off, choose portrait or landscape orientation, and then export instantly. Crucially, there is absolutely no juggling between multiple different apps, and certainly no need for manual cutting down to the 100th of a second accuracy anymore. And honestly, this powerful platform does not stop its assistance just at generating those short, engaging video clips for your social channels. Do you need a full, solid blog draft written? Simply select the entire transcript, or maybe just one specific chapter, and then request a polished long-form draft immediately. Vizard is specifically designed to leverage the actual language from your webinar, meaning your unique words and your actual voice, to create drafts that feel like they came from you. That is the fundamental difference between content that sounds like a genuine human being spoke it and content that sounds like a generic, bland AI model wrote it all down. Then, you can easily refine that draft right there within the platform, telling it to be longer, shorter, to include more specific examples, or to add certain quotes. You can even instruct it to make the piece more search engine friendly, perform a couple of quick passes, add relevant imagery and helpful links, and boom, you have a published ready post. One of the absolute best and most time-saving features is the seamless scheduling and automated distribution capabilities right out of the box. You can simply set a consistent posting frequency rule, and the system will automatically schedule those various clips across all your target social media platforms. Imagine this. Instead of one person manually queuing up posts for TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram every day, you set the rules once for 6 weeks and let the system handle the rest. Your entire content calendar is effectively built in, and you can always jump in to review what is queued, easily edit those captions, or simply move a few slots around if needed. This eliminates the constant need to juggle confusing spreadsheets alongside 3 separate social media management tools you might be using right now. Now, let us do a quick comparison because this is always the question people ask. How does this stack up against other known editing tools? Tools like Descript are genuinely great for highly manual editing and boast powerful audio manipulation features, but they still demand you physically sit there editing every single clip one by one. A service like HappyScribe will efficiently give you raw, perfect transcripts, but it absolutely does not offer that neat clip suggestion engine built into its service. ChatGPT will certainly write you a decent post draft, but it often misses your unique voice and tone, requiring a very heavy human touch-up to make it usable. Some existing webinar platforms might give you a basic recording and maybe a transcript file, but they rarely offer integrated clip selection, automated scheduling, or a content calendar out of the box. The key differentiator here is that Vizard bundles all those necessary steps together so you seamlessly transition from the live webinar straight into a full month-long content plan without ever swapping tools. Here is another slightly underrated but very powerful benefit. Think about the dynamic with your wonderful webinar hosts and any special guests you feature on the show. Hosts and guests absolutely love receiving high-quality, ready-to-share assets. If you can hand them a polished pack of clips and a draft blog post, they will happily reshare it. You often don't even need to pay every single guest, because most speakers are genuinely looking for more exposure or a chance to promote their own book or their online course. Give your guests high-quality, perfectly branded content, and I promise they will promote your material hard on your behalf across their own networks. Let us quickly talk about that essential refine loop because you should never, ever treat any initial AI output as the final, untouchable version of your content. Instead, use the platform's built-in refinement features like you are having an ongoing, productive conversation. Make this part more anecdotal, or shorten this to just 300 words for LinkedIn. You can even iterate section by section, or H2 by H2 if you are aiming for true depth, expanding subsections and then compiling them back into the main authoritative piece. By doing that meticulous work, you effectively transform an okay AI draft into a high-quality 2,000 or 3,000 word authoritative article that actually ranks well and converts visitors. Here are some practical, actionable tips for running webinars that are intentionally designed to be easy to repurpose right from the very start of planning. First, you absolutely must plan backwards. Think about what exactly will make a killer 30-second clip or a really solid blog subheading later on. When inviting speakers, make sure you seek out people who naturally tell great stories and are willing to share specific measurable numbers with your audience. Always purposefully leave significant space in the agenda specifically for audience Q&A and live reactions, because those audience questions are pure content gold for later use. Make sure you are filming the faces of the speakers and guests, not just the static slides, because those close-ups are what truly sell the content on social media feeds. Remember to subtly but consistently brand the entire session, which ensures every single extracted clip looks professionally like it belongs to your organization. Finally, actively capture any genuine mistakes or funny unscripted moments because that raw authenticity is what performs the very best with modern audiences today. Here is one full workflow example that I highly encourage you to steal immediately. Run the webinar, let Vizard index it automatically, and review the highlights. Next, review those highlights, select the 5 proposed viral clips, refine just one for social sharing, and then quickly export the finished version. Then, ask the tool to draft that detailed blog post from the entire transcript. Refine each section systematically, schedule those clips out for 6 weeks, and send the replay email. The final step in this sequence is to prepare and send that comprehensive content pack directly to your guest for their own powerful amplification efforts. We must also mention analytics and CRM integration, because the ability to push data into systems like HubSpot or Salesforce is incredibly important for sales context. You need to prioritize any platform that makes it simple to track exactly who registered, precisely who watched the replay, and for how long they actually stayed engaged with the material. My final overarching thought is that AI is simply not a magic wand that writes a perfect article or post for you without any guidance or creative input whatsoever. It is a fantastic tool designed to save you literally hours by automating the boring mechanical parts, like transcription, indexing, initial clip selection, and basic scheduling. This automation frees you up to spend your creative energy only on the truly human parts, crafting the core story, selecting the best examples, and nurturing those key relationships. That strategic combination of smart technology and genuine human creativity is ultimately how you scale your one webinar into a sustainable, powerful content engine for weeks to come. If you are someone who hosts webinars and you are finally tired of that disappointing one-and-done approach, start orienting your whole process around ultimate repurposability. Make life easier for your future self by recording well, instantly getting a searchable transcript, letting the smart tool find the best moments, and then focusing on refinement. You will immediately achieve significantly more reach, enjoy happier guests who feel valued, and build a content calendar that finally feels manageable and sustainable. Alright, that is really the fundamental gist of the entire powerful workflow we wanted to share with you all today to transform your content. If you would like, we can absolutely walk through a complete live example next time. Just pick any replay and I will show you how to go from webinar recording to scheduled clips in just an afternoon. This process requires no heavy, back-breaking lifting. It just needs a little bit of smart upfront strategy, the right efficient technology, and significantly less tedious busy work. I look forward to seeing you all down in the comments section, so please drop any questions you have about the workflow, the tools, or how to make your webinars work harder for your brand.